that our action is based on sound theory and sound concepts, and that our theories are therefore based on our sound action. And in that sense, the organization is unique, in that we hope in the future that International Alert is a conflict laboratory. A conflict laboratory where practitioners, like any other profession, practitioners are able to reflect on the practice that they do in peacemaking and then inform the theoretical conceptions which can be shared around. So I see this forum as a laboratory where we begin to start grappling and taking together some of the most exciting concepts which has governed human history. And that, of course, is conflict. And when we are talking about conflict, often we have different meanings that we attach to conflict. And we must never assume, therefore, that what we mean by conflict is what others mean by conflict. Lederach, therefore, talks about the elicitive approach to conflict, where we ask other people to interpret how they conceive of conflicts. In this room, you have about 26 nationalities. And I am sure that if we ask each one to define conflict, you will most probably get about 180 answers. And that is because we bring our culture into the perception of what we mean by conflict. I therefore then want to just reflect the relation between theory and practice. Blind action, if not informed by good theory, can lead to disaster. And this is why it is very important that we all reflect on the theories of conflict. And that over time in history, there have been many, many interpretations of what is conflict. And there have been clashes and profound clashes between humans, civilizations, on that very notion of conflict. And this is why the theories of conflict over time are so critical to us for our understanding of what we are trying to do. This is when we talk about paradigms. Paradigms are a global conception that we all carry with us in ourselves. We, in our behavior and in our actions, work with implicit assumptions about how the world is organized. And these paradigms have predictive power because we assume that when we get up, that the train will come in time. We assume that David Jones will be here in office smiling as usual. There's a whole lot of assumptions that govern a paradigm. And what we need to do, therefore, is to understand how these paradigms evolve within us, which govern our behavior, our relationships to people, to things around us. And it is the paradigm. We talk of revolutions in paradigms. For example, there was a time when humans thought that the earth was square. When the theory came up that in fact the earth was round, it was a profound paradigmic shift in global thinking, which profoundly affected human lives. In the same way, when the apple knocked on Newton's head and we developed the mechanical theories of physics, again it created a profound thinking change in the globe. So all the time, at this very moment, we are living through, therefore, a massive paradigm change in global relations. But often, humans live in old paradigms, use concepts of the older paradigm to explain a new situation. There are two aspects of a paradigm. One is a global view, and then the global view that we have begins to have problems. It does not fit. Wars are no longer interstate wars. Although the global paradigm, international relations theory, political science has told us in the textbooks that conflicts are essentially interstate in character. A whole vocabulary has evolved out of that paradigm. And then you have the second phase, normal problem solving, which is once the paradigm is accepted, people begin to work to make that paradigm work. It is called problem solving or normal science.